My whole life, I always knew I was special. Even with no remainders, I could always move a decimal. Money on my mind while the girls that made un beso. Hustlers in my blood and it's running through my vessels. Just trying to clear the threshold, just trying to make a way. In my race against time, I could see an early grave. School to prison pipeline, 12 years a slave. Suspension and detention is conditioned for a cage.
The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is, would you rather see George Kambosos fight Devin Haney or Vasily Lomachenko? He put up a tweet recently, which seemed like he's pondering these two guys based on what he said. And this is from Kambosos' Twitter account, which he tweeted this on February 4th. He wrote, "When I said, now we can talk, I meant it. I didn't expect at real Devin Haney for you to manipulate and play games. At Eddie Hearn, what's wrong with your boy? Yes or no? Question mark. At the Zone Boxing, got no faith in him? Question mark. Hey, at Vasily Lomachenko, tell at Bob Arum to make a serious offer to at Lou DiBella. I'm waiting." So it looks like Kambosos is saying, like, Devin they haven't made no offers. Yo, Vasily, if you want this work, tell your man Bob to reach out to my team. So I'm gonna turn it over to Conspiracy G, who's been a champion for the Pride Champion. What's your reaction to the tweet, and who would you like to see Kambosos fight?
Well, I don't necessarily like when boxers try to negotiate via Twitter. That's the problem with this era, right? Let your team do what they do. Let the managers, let the promoters get on the back end and try to get this deal together. But to answer the question, obviously I would want to see Kambosos versus Haney, just to end this dispute about Undisputed, you know. But to be honest with you, I think Kambosos versus Lomachenko would be a more exciting fight. I just want, you know, this belt situation to be resolved. So I would love to see both fights, but I want to see Kambosos take on Haney, because then whoever actually wins that fight is actually undisputed.
All right, Doubt Bill.
I'm with that. Let's clear all that mess up. You know what I'm saying? Let's clear that mess up. Suleiman. We got to clean up Suleiman's mess. That's what we got to do. And I'm with that. Let's get that fight out of the way, and then Lomachenko can take on the winner and take on the loser. You know what I'm saying? Because it get real undisputed. So I want that Haney.
I'm digging it.
The problem is, though, here's the problem. I'm sorry. Kambosos, you want that Haney fight, man, but I hope you realize the money that, you know what I'm saying? I know you think, you know what I'm saying? I know you think, you know, you a big star now and all that, but hey, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be careful. The money might not be what you think it is. It's what you can generate, and that's what the guys are trying to tell you. They're willing to give you top dollar, but they trying to get some money too. Don't think you're gonna get $10 million. So.
I dig it. TBE.
A fight I would like to see between these three gentlemen, it would be Kambosos versus Lomachenko, or Haney versus Lomachenko, and that's about it. But
that's not the question.
It said, who would you rather see? Would you rather see?
You been interrupting his gumbo all day.
I don't know. Reading comprehension, dog. Reading comprehension. I'm just saying.
Would you rather see Kambosos fight Haney or Lomachenko? I said I would rather see Haney versus Lomachenko or Kambosos fighting Lomachenko, and that's where the money's at.
I dig what he's saying. Ned's trying to say that Lomachenko's the big dog. That's what Ned's trying to say, and that he doesn't care as long as he sees Lomachenko. Read between the lines, G. That's deep, Ned. Go ahead, Ned.
Yo, G, don't interrupt me again, man. Cause it's gonna get wicked. It's gonna get wicked, yo. Like, please, man. Like, for your sakes, for your goodness sakes, like, don't do that, man. Like, please, yo. Thank you, G. Fix your face. All I want to see is you a happy smile, G. Can you smile? Smile for the audience.
I need to smile to you.
Smile for the audience.
Yo, just go ahead, Ned. Go.
Damn, yo. Yeah. But for me, like Haney versus Kambosos is not a draw. Like it's not something like, oh, Kambosos Haney's fighting tonight. I'm not gonna turn to it. I'm not gonna spend my money. But if it's Haney versus Lomachenko, I'm gonna be like, oh, I got air. Lomachenko versus Kambosos, my air is drawn, and I just want to. I want a big fight. I want, I want something exciting right now, yo. And right now we're not getting it, but I'm not tuning in for Kambosos versus Haney. But if Lomachenko versus either of these two guys, let's see what goes down because these guys, all three guys have skill and they have talent, and it's something that you don't want to be left out of. And G, I don't know why you smirking right now because I'm seriously offended by it. You smirking and I'm seriously offended by it.
Properly, I don't know, but hey,
G,
I feel my son. I feel my son. You know what I mean?
Nah, respect yourself, all right? But yeah, like it's good boxing. I just want to see these two guys fight Lomachenko. Thank you.
Now, that was brilliant. I don't care what G said. We should change the name to TBA for the boys astute. Listen. Listen. You're spot on, Ned. I think realistically, Devin Haney versus Kambosos, it's a big fight that nobody asked for.
Yeah.
It's like the undisputed. If you took like the perfect storm of undisputed that won't be glorious at 135, that was it. Devin Haney and Kambosos. I think if it was Teofimo Lopez versus Devin Haney, it'd be a big fight. If it was anyone else. And it's the common denominator is, or I shouldn't say the common denominator. The issue is neither Kambosos nor Devin Haney are really big enough in comparison to Gervonta Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia, Teofimo. They've done more. They have like a bigger name. And Kambosos is like the little engine that could. He came out of nowhere. And so he shocked the world. But the question is, how many people really are buying Kambosos is like the face. You feel me? I bet you if you make that fight between Devin Haney and George Kambosos, the betting favorite is going to be Devin Haney. I mean, I'm willing to put money on it that Haney will be favored to beat Kambosos. I'm not saying he will beat Kambosos. I'm saying he'll be favored to beat Kambosos because I think people look at Devin Haney as being a better fighter than Kambosos. So when you ask me, who would I rather see? I would rather see Lomachenko versus Kambosos because for me, I think if you give if Lomachenko gets that fight and he gets those belts back, the division's popping again. Because now we're talking about Lomachenko Haney. Now we're talking about Lomachenko Ryan Garcia. Now we're talking about Lomachenko Gervonta Tank Davis. But realistically, I would love to see it. Here's what I'm proposing. Maybe it makes sense, maybe it makes no sense, but this is just me. These guys should do a card together. Whether it's, let's say hypothetically, Haney fights Kambosos. Put Ryan Garcia versus Vasily Lomachenko on the undercard. And the winner of Ryan Garcia versus Vasily Lomachenko gets the immediate shot at the winner of that fight. And the loser of that fight can fight the loser of the other fight. I'm just saying as something that would be attractive on pay-per-view, that would sell or that would intrigue the public. Because right now, if you made Devin Haney versus George Kambosos, I'm all for it, but I don't know if the public's going to be all for it. So I'd rather see Vasily Lomachenko because I think it's a better fight. But I'm okay with him fighting Devin Haney. I just don't think it's going to be box office. So, and I think that's the issue that they're having right now with terms of making offers and money and things of that nature.
But I mean, if it's on the zone, I mean, you ain't even got
to pay him. Is it going to be worth that? You know what I'm saying? The money that he's asking.
Kambosos is going to want. Devin's going to want. Kambosos is going to be like, I'm A-side. Give me A-side money. Devin's going to be like, hey, but I've been making more money than you. He already said it.
I hope Devin's smart enough to take a short. For
I know even Devin said he'll do whatever it takes, but Kambosos I think people think once they get the belts, it means something. No, you have to I don't know. It's weird.
Hey, maybe he's like, yo, I'm willing to cash out.
Yeah.
I'll fight any of you for the right price, dog. Just give me that money.
I would say this about Kambosos. Kambosos does have the potential to be a star. You know, like my man got Australia. He has Greece behind him, you know, and the way he talks, he tries to personify the whole Spartan mindset and everything. So, you know, he has the tools to be a star. He just has to beat somebody else to legitimize it. You know what I mean? Like, then people go like, oh, all right, this dude's a real deal. Because, you know, when he beat Teofimo, we all like, Teofimo wasn't in his A game. He was kind of emotional, you know, so there's still that asterisk around Kambosos' skill set.
That's what I'm saying. That's what the American public's gonna feel like. I'm not talking. I think Australia, Greece, they're gonna ride with him.
And they're gonna.
That's why he wants to fight in Australia, because he knows he can pack them in Australia. That's a given. I'm talking about America looking at this fight like, yo, we gotta watch this. You know what I mean? And Devin don't really got the name like that over here, and people aren't really checking for Devin like that. So I think that's the issue.
Let us know how you feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. You see us cooking. It's the Boxing Bros.